my Positano, and I am the Globalization played a tremendous role in providing a context for the current considerable revival and resurgence of religion. Today, most religions are not related to scale due to the advent of communication and transportation technology, and the roles played by the media has contributed to the ritualization and the blurring of geographical spaces and boundaries. This has resulted apparently in making the world a small village where people, cultures, and identities are more come in daily to face contact with each other. So, religion is not immune from these changes and their burgeoning effects brought about by globalization. However, religions have their respective homes and specific territorial spaces where they rely.
Hi, my name is Graja M. the Kipil, and we're going to talk about how globalization affects the religion. So, the inner nature of religion and the purpose to be embraced and practiced by people all over the world prompts it to be spread throughout the world's geographical spaces. And religion make good use of technologies of globalization in order for it to emerge. So, on the other hand, in 1994, in Peter Bayer, in his study, he classified that there are three key impacts of globalization on religion. These are the particularism, universalism, and marginalization. So, in particularism, religion has increasingly been used as an avenue for anti-globalization activity. While one feature globalization is a sort of cultural homogenization, religion is often seen as the opposite of that, a symbol of how people are culturally different from one another rather than the same. This has contributed to a rise in fundamentalism and is a feature of political conflict in many areas in the world. However, in universalism, there is some evidence of the opposite trend. While small fundamentalist groups might emphasize their difference from other people, the major religions have increasingly focused on what unites them. Far from the feared clash of civilization, religious leaders emphasize shared values and common concerns. Indeed, interfaith dialogue through global communication has helped to diffuse conflict between religions. Also, in marginalization, religion is increasingly marginalized in contemporary society, playing less part in public life. Although this may well be rather Eurocentric view and may be caused by other social changes rather than globalization. That's all. Thank you.
Some groups have made religion as a weapon to both integrate and terrorize masses, and general people have more tolerant of other religious beliefs and practices, and have come to associate all acts of a terror in anti-religious in third world nations, where the vulnerable section find themselves more marginalized by the force of globalization. Religion takes a prime of welfare role and acts as a cultural protector. For this section, religion does play a social role by helping in social causes and successfully great, gets great recognition. Here is the present, a direct challenge to globalization. India is home to a massive rural population to whom the benefits of globalization will take time to reach in that this take time to reach. This past life religion acts a home for personal peace and give a message of peace in time of crisis. Urbanization has attached many rural youth and continues to bring them to cities for better life. Religion can use the new possibilities presented by the global force to reach to more people and also rediscover the essence of other religions. All religion have fixed texts, but none has fixed belief. Religions can come together and stand for increased peace in the world with mutual
Various religious responses to globalization. Many religious commentators understand globalization as a largely economic imperialism and homogenizing process to share their economic, mass, cultural, and perspective, and evaluating the globalization that may threaten and challenge the manifestation of evil in our world. They imply that among the other consequences that the religion and religious sensibilities are the roots outside contrary to globalization. Globalization and religion are fundamentally incommensurate, just like its example, Christians, Buddhists, Muslims, Jews, and those speaking from indigenous tradition all arrived at similar critical assessment of globalization. Many respects globalization for its segments of literature to be censured as the capitalist system to cognate terms. People of all regions are by no exception becoming global consumers due to the global financial market technologically sophisticated innovation in information and transportation has intensified and accelerated social exchanges and therefore creating more interdependence between the local and global. In addition to its objective material impacts, globalization affects also subjective materials made it accessible to strange people. Overseas, the cultural hegemony of popular culture among the youth, for instance, has attracted wide and serious attention from parents, authorities, or religious leaders. There is an impact of globalization which is global scale. In other religions, there is no doubt that sharing a common goal to improve the individual and social conditions of human beings. However, these divine and invaluable goals should now deal with a greater challenge of the pervasive impacts of globalization. There is no doubt that globalization provides rich opportunities to attain such a global, but at the same time, it may increase religious violence and intolerance, particularly when it means to exclude and neglect differences. Various religious responses to globalization. Christianity. Globalization is an opportunity to spread Christian teaching through the doors that have been opened. Globalization is seen as a tool for achieving the evangelical goal. Islam. This competition between new and old tradition is played out in the institutions that produce Islamic knowledge. Prior to globalization. A small number of Islamic jurists held a monopoly over Islamic knowledge and practice. The democratic values of Western liberalism, however, have created a widespread interest in Islamic knowledge across different segments of society. While this has created political and social reformers in Islamic societies, it has also created sometimes violent backlash by defensive Muslim traditionalists. Hinduism. Hindu response is that to the global evangelical movement, helping reconvert Hindus who have joined these other religions. Buddhists. Treated as commodity, they lose their spiritual dimensions. The, mod, the commoditized understanding uses a sharp quality between humans and the rest of the world. Judaism belong to a tradition that has fought against a market-centered vision of social life. For the Jews, globalization clearly presents a grave challenge and unprecedented, unprecedented opportunity. The process of globalization has gained exponentiality in velocity at very moment at which the majority of Jews are thus have the opportunity, the freedom, and the urgent responsibility to influence the future pace of humankind. And last, other religions. Religions leaders interested in maintaining vibrant flock that would do well to adapt their message to this snowballing trend of globalization, which they cannot fight traditional religion will soon render itself irrelevant if it fails to adopt more universal, more unitive themes into its techniques.
People search for explanations on how the world was made. They give explanations and reasons to our daily existence. And that is the start where different religions from different parts of the world. But some of these religions maybe no longer exist for the next 4 decades, and might end up only 5 of them remain is existence strong. According to the World Religion Database, they stated that the religious profile of the world is rapidly changing because of either the size of people's youth population and also people's decided to switch their faiths. New researchers provide insights about the future trajectories of the religious change in the world. The given results from the global scale says that in 2050 there will be 8.1 billion people who affiliated for the religion, while 1.23 billion for those people who say their religion is nothing in particular, self-identifying agnostics and atheists. In total, the majority of the population of people who is affiliated for this religion for their religion is rising.
Future of religion in a globalized world. The growth of religious populations also has implications for how the world's wealth will be spread about. The economic transformation of China and India are common knowledge, but what is less well known is that the 5 leading economies of 2050 are projected to represent one of the most religiously diverse groupings in recent memory. These are Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Judaism. You can see here the growth of and how much each religion will grow for 80 years from 1970 to 2050. So let's talk about Christianity. So the growth of the global Christian population is projected to be about the same rates as overall global population growth between 2010 to 2050. And that will be the largest populated religion from present till next decade. So, ang paglaki daw ng populasyon ng mga Kristiyano ay inaasahang maging halos pareho ng rate sa pangkalahat ng paglago ng populasyon sa buong mundo sa pagitan ng taong 2010 to 2050. At ito daw ang magiging pinakamalaking populasyon ng reliyon mula ngayon hanggang sa susunod ng mga dekada. So, next is Islam. The number of Muslims in the world is expected to nearly double between 2010 and 2050, and Muslims are expected to lead the world in population growth compared with other religious groups. So, ang bilang daw ng mga Muslim sa mundo ay inaasahan na halos doble sa pagitan ng 2010 to 2050. At ang mga Muslim daw ay inaasahang mamumuno sa mundo sa paglaki ng populasyon kumpara sa ibang mga relihiyosong pangkat. So next is Hinduism. The number of Hindus in the world is expected to grow by 400 million people between 2010 and 2050. but is projected to remain about the same share of the world's population in the decades ahead. So, ang bilang ng mga Hindu sa mundo ay inaasahang tataas ng 400 milyong katao sa pagitan ng 2010 to 2050. Ngunit inaasahang mananatili sa halos parehong bahagi ng populasyon ng mundo sa mga darating na dekada.
This is Buddhism. The number of Buddhists in the world is expected to remain at nearly 500 million between 2010 to 2050, but it is projected to decrease as a share of the world's population. Next is Judaism. The growth of the global Jewish population is slowing more quickly than the world overall. However, the number of Jews is still anticipated to be about 2 million more in 2050 than in 2010, increasing from about 14 million in 2010 to slightly more than 16 million worldwide in 2050. And those religiously unaffiliated, or those who are not associated with any religion, the growth of the global religiously unaffiliated population is slowing at much faster rate than global population growth. Other religion, the number of people belong to other religions in the world is expected to grow by about 30 million people between 2010 and 2050, but is projected to decrease as a share of the world's population. Furthermore, religion and globalism is contrasting belief system. Religion is concerned with sacred, while globalism places value on material wealth. Religion and globalism clash over the fact that religious evangelization is in itself a form of globalization. Globalist ideas focus on markets, while religious are concerned with spreading sacred ideas globally. In either two has to happen to religion in the future globalized world, either secularization or resurgence of religion. So, this secularization theory is an assumption that religion will erode through modernization. Erode will disappear, okay, which brought by globalization as time goes by. At which Peter Berge argues that the contemporary world is far from being secularized. For this contemporary world is furiously religious. So, secularization theory shows that globalization is against religion. On the other hand, the resurgence of religion in the future globalized world is probable, which shows that globalization is key to spread religion. Therefore, globalists have no choice but to accept the fact that religion is here to stay.